Hey Google, turn on the lights.
What did I do to deserve this? No, not what I thought I was made of. I'm afraid because of what you've attached love to. Emotional jiu-jitsu, last call pills, bills piled up, empty cupboards, spiteful, stubborn, full of scorn. It's how you govern. I've been warned. Can't bear the weight. Can't bear the weight. I'm the bait, I'm eating, get trapped in the bullpen. Ironclad and hanging on by a thread. The bolt's cut loose and he's coming for my head. Raise a white flag, all you see is red. The bolt's cut loose and he's coming for my head. Mama, take the pain away, it hurts too much. My shoulders are wide, but they ain't that tough. He called my bluff, enough is enough with tough love. On account of speaking truth, seeking youth, reliving his days through revenge, through an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Can't bear the weight. Can't bear the weight. I'm the bait, I'm eating, get trapped in the bullpen. Ironclad and hanging on by a thread. The bolt's cut loose and he's coming for my head. Raise a white flag, all you see is red. The bolt's cut loose and he's coming for my head.
This courtyard and the apartment complex was built around where one of my distant relatives' places was years ago, way back when they settled Red Deer.
Take the pain away, it hurts too much.
They had a house here.
Falling
way
is the
back.
kiss of a fist. My shoulders are wide, but they ain't that tough. What did
It's
it
pretty
do to
cool
deserve
seeing all
this?
that nice snow in the trees. This hedge is really cool. It's got little songbirds in it all year round. So even on cold days you get some birds chirping in the daytime. This little elevated walkway, you get all kinds of animals, even deer going underneath there. Mostly skunk and rabbits. How's that for nice out though, eh? Might as well check on that old weather while we're at it. Showing -1. They're saying it feels like -1. There's no real wind or anything happening anyway. Not gonna have sunrise for a few hours yet. 01:30, well, 01:29 and 43 if you want to get exact. So in case the moving boxes didn't give it away, I'm moving. Got some big changes going on right now, folks, and not something I wanted to do. I've been here over 3 years in this apartment, and it's my home, but I can't control the world, so I got to make a move. These trees look so cool. Not too much for tracks right now, just some deer tracks and bike tracks. That's what the sky looks like right now. Not exactly the best visibility. Now our friend Jack D, he was talking about tracking. Shoot, I'm trying to think of the exact term there, but using a compass versus being blindfolded and trying to walk a straight line. So now in the snow, if we look back, and actually I'll walk back just a little bit, you can see I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping in line with the trail. But when you're in the snow and you have nothing 3D sticking up out of the snow, let's say you're in a big field, it's very easy to get off track, start meandering. There's no excuse for this. This goes to show, folks, no matter how much money we throw at the homeless, it doesn't fix things, doesn't make them better. We're doing it wrong. We're not taking care of them properly. We're not giving them the help they need. And, you know, if I honestly was a little more mobile, I'd show you guys some of the worst camps that have all the syringes and stuff. But that can be another day. I love these jungle boots. Not the most ideal thing for cold weather, obviously, but no matter how wet my feet get, they'll always dry out. Really good grip on these things, right? Like that tread, ooh, on a hill here. That tread is so aggressive. Small prints. I'm gonna guess it's something small, maybe like a rabbit or a little cat or something. Oh wait, here we go. There's maybe a little clue. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna go with cat. Well, friends, I'm out in this little walk here and found a whole bunch of trash when I was over in the trees over there, saying I'd have to get way further down the trail to find all this. So I'm going to put a separate segment. I'm going to put that into Kirk Channel2, and just want to kind of keep these two videos separate. The old CN rail line here. Well, this is just the one end of it, and then it continues way up that way. So here, looking back west and looking at my tracks as I came this way, it's a perfect example of what I was talking about a bit ago. As per Jack's video about how if you don't have a compass or a reference point to keep you going true, look at how I just got a little deflection, almost like a little squiggle. You can get thrown off by a little pebble under your foot or a low spot in the ground that you don't really notice. Maybe you were born with one foot longer than, or one leg longer than the other. It can really throw you off. And on the screen, let's say right about here, I'm going to put up the title to Jack's video, and I'll even put a link to it in the description because it's a great video. He demonstrates with a few people walking using a compass and walking, I believe they're just looking down at their feet. Now look at going up the hill here. It's crazy how much that can throw a guy off. Got some deer off in the distance. Right there. Let's slowly move up on them here. Don't want to spook them, but I'd like to get a little bit closer. Oh, look at that little one, eh? I shall call him Mini-Me. And you're a little bit bigger me. It's a very empty road. Here we have someone camping. You ever wonder when you see people Walmart camping, they just driving through, figure this would be a good parking lot to have a nap, long road trip somewhere. You know, maybe they're working but they lost their home because they can't afford to pay for it. Kind of any number of things somebody could be Walmart camping. So it's a nice little setup he's got there. Looks like at least 20 some foot, probably 25, but an 8 meter. So when my great grandpa and his family settled here 113 years ago, and I apologize if I get anything wrong here, this little thing ties in really nicely. So just over this way was his land, my great-grandpa's brother's land. There's another one further northy here. But this way, on my great-grandpa's land, they built a convent. And working with the community, working with the Catholic Church, The government of Alberta, I believe, donated this chunk of land, other side of the line, you know, not connected to my great-grandpa's property, but they donated this chunk of land. And my family turned around and they donated it to the Catholic Church. So it's kind of interesting how, you know, they work with the community gives back, they give back to the community. And this is where a lot of our original family is here. This area. Here's my Uncle Francis. Sorry, I got the light kind of glaring on there. My dad's brother. And here's my grandpa. My dad's dad. So this would be a lot easier in the spring or summer when there's not a bunch of snow on the ground and daylight, of course. But kind of gives you an idea when the monument way there and all the way down here. There's a lot of plots in this area here just for our family alone. Here's a little bonus content. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but from here, there, all the way down, way down. Every single one of these power poles snapped, fell right over. The lines were down on the ground. One big windstorm we had in 2017. And I'm sure I've talked about it before, if not these very power lines. Took them 4 days to get the lines back up, get them energized and everything. They worked non-stop, every minute, every second of every day. They worked crew after crew, working as hard as they could to tear out the old stuff, extract vehicles further down, like this is a grass breezeway here, but further down where vehicles were crushed by the power poles and the lines. Got those vehicles out, sorted everything out, checked every inch of the wires or the cables, made sure everything was good. And then the phone and cable lines at the bottom, those had to be worked on after. So I think it was about another week or so before we had phone lines and internet restored and cable TV. But yeah, about 4 days for the power to get back on. But boy, did those guys work hard. They worked like busy little bees, that's for sure. This unit here, roof was ripped right clean off of it. Well, not clean, but tore right off of it. All the way to here. That one stayed up. But all the rest of these power lines are power poles. These poles are all new, all the way down from one windstorm.